The dust swirls, red and choking, as families in South Sudan walk for miles. Their destination? A shallow, muddy hole scraped out of the parched earth. This is their water source, shared with animals and rife with disease. Imagine a life where clean water is a distant dream, where electricity is a rumor, a flicker of light in a world shrouded in darkness. Here, a bicycle is more than transport. It's a symbol of unattainable luxury. Meals, when they come, are meager and monotonous, lacking the nutrition children need to grow and thrive. Disease, a constant threat, stalks these communities, claiming lives with a heartbreaking regularity. Yet amidst this bleak landscape, a flicker of resilience persists. The human will to survive, to hope for a better tomorrow, burns brightly even in the darkest of times. In the heart of Africa, where the sun beats down with unforgiving intensity, childhood takes on a different meaning. Meet Naya, a bright-eyed girl of 7, her tiny frame already burdened by the weight of poverty. Her playground is not a swing set and slides, but the harsh realities of daily survival. Each morning, Naya joins the other children on a long trek to fetch water, their small shoulders carrying containers heavier than their years. School, a distant dream for many, remains out of reach for Naya. Instead, she spends her days helping her mother with household chores, their lives a constant struggle for basic necessities. Malnutrition casts a long shadow over South Sudan, robbing children of their health and their future. The lack of proper nutrition weakens their immune systems, making them more susceptible to diseases that would be easily treatable in other parts of the world. Education, the key to breaking the cycle of poverty, remains a distant dream for many South Sudanese children. It is a cruel irony. South Sudan, a nation blessed with abundant oil reserves, is also the world's poorest. The discovery of oil, which should have been a harbinger of prosperity, has instead become a source of conflict and instability. Instead of lifting the nation out of poverty, oil wealth has fueled corruption and greed. Powerful elites, driven by self-interest, have plundered the nation's resources, leaving the majority of the population mired in poverty. Armed groups, vying for control of oil fields, have plunged the country into a brutal civil war. The conflict has displaced millions of people, destroyed infrastructure, and crippled the economy. Farmers have been forced to abandon their fields, schools have been turned into battlegrounds, and hospitals have been overwhelmed with casualties. The people of South Sudan, caught in the crossfire of a conflict fueled by greed and power, are paying the ultimate price. Even in the face of such adversity, the human spirit finds a way to bloom. Across South Sudan, amidst the ruins of war and the grip of poverty, stories of resilience and hope emerge like stubborn wildflowers pushing through cracked earth. Meet Ajak, a young woman who lost her parents in the conflict. Despite the trauma she has endured, Ajak is determined to create a better life for herself and her younger siblings. With the support of a local NGO, she is learning tailoring skills, hoping to one day open her own shop and provide for her family. In a small village, a group of women has come together to form a farming cooperative. Pooling their meager resources and sharing their knowledge, they are working to improve their yields and provide nutritious food for their families. Their laughter, echoing through the fields, is a testament to the power of community and the resilience of the human spirit. A young teacher, armed with nothing but a blackboard and a heart full of hope, conducts classes under the shade of a tree. These stories, though small and scattered, represent the immense potential that lies dormant within South Sudan. The plight of South Sudan may seem like a distant reality, a world away from our own comfortable lives. But in our interconnected world, we cannot ignore the suffering of others. The poverty, hunger, and conflict that plague this young nation are a stark reminder of the inequalities that persist in our world. We have a moral imperative to act, to raise our voices, and demand action from our leaders. We can support organizations working tirelessly on the ground to provide humanitarian aid, promote peace, and empower communities. We can educate ourselves and others about the root causes of poverty and conflict and advocate for policies that promote sustainable development and social justice. Every child deserves a chance to thrive. Every community deserves the opportunity to prosper. Let us extend a hand of friendship and solidarity and work together to build a more just and equitable world for all.